Okay, hello Maxime. Tell me what happened last week.
Well, our Canadian national team, both men and women team, went to Cuba in Havana to play the 2023 Pan Am Championships. This event was a qualifier for Busan World Team Championship, but also for Paris 2024 Olympic. And the men's team, we qualified. It was pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We talked a little bit before this, and tell us a little bit more about what happened there, because I don't think anyone in Canada expected it, but everybody has the biggest smile on their face ever now, right? So tell us more.
Well, this event was it's a big event. There was a lot of good teams. So how it works is that there's only top two teams would qualify for the Olympics. So you would play a group first. We had a group of four. We managed to finish second of the group. We had a tough group with Argentina. And then everybody moves to quarterfinals. And then in the quarterfinal was some really tough matches because some of the favorites, they finished second of their group. So the draw was really, really hard. We got to play the Cuban team. And in the groups, Cuba did very well because they beat USA in the group. So this was quite a surprise. So then we got to play Cuba in quarterfinal, and we won 3-2 in a very close match. Once you make to the quarterfinal and you win, all the four teams that are now in semifinal, they would go in a final group. So you would play a round robin with the three other teams, and whoever comes up on the top two teams, would qualify for Olympics. So this was we made it. It was a long run, and I can talk for this for days, but this is a little bit how the structure goes. Donc la fin de semaine dernière, en fait, ça fait quelques jours maintenant. L'équipe canadienne est allée au championnat panaméricain, l'équipe hommes et femmes. C'était une qualification pour le championnat du monde de Busan 2024 et les Jeux de Paris 2024, les Jeux olympiques. Il y avait seulement deux équipes qui pouvaient se qualifier pour les Jeux olympiques. C'est un format là, avec des groupes de départ, donc les deux premiers de chaque groupe avancent. On a réussi cette étape-là. Ensuite, en quart de finale, on a joué contre les Cubains qui avaient réussi à finir premier de leur groupe et avaient fait une belle surprise dans leur groupe. On a gagné un match 3-2 extrêmement serré. Ensuite de ça, on est allé dans le groupe final. Dans le fond, quand on a passé les quarts de finale, les quatre équipes qui étaient en demi-finale ont joué un groupe de quatre. À l'issue de ce groupe, les deux premières positions ont été qualifiées pour les Olympiques. Les équipes finales, dans le groupe final, il y avait Brésil qui ont terminé premier. Il y avait Porto Rico qui ont terminé quatrième et Chili qui ont terminé troisième. Et le Canada ont eu la deuxième position. And the final group was actually Brazil, Puerto Rico, Chile, and us. Brazil got first, Chile got third, Puerto Rico got fourth, and we got the second and final spots for Olympics.
Absolutely beautiful, yeah. So we talked as well a little bit about the moment when you knew this is it. So there was a little bit of calculation first and thinking, what do we need to do to actually make it to the second place? There was a three-way tie. So tell us exactly how it felt, how this moment came together, and how it felt at that moment.
At first, when we played this final group, this was a really long event, and I think physically and mentally everybody was already pretty much worn out when we got to this final group. So I think it was important to make sure that we win the matches that we have to win and try to be smart about how much we put in each match, because it was a long days. We had to play Brazil right after we beat Cuba. So everybody was a little bit tired, and we know that Brazil, they're really, really strong. They have Calderano on the lineup. Jutsi and Ishii also two very good players, but Calderano, I mean, we needed to respect is most likely going to get 2 points. But really, we had in mind, we really fight for the doubles, and then we see from there. Doubles, we had 2 match points in the fifth and couldn't finish. So after that, we said, okay, maybe we try to be smart about it and focus to make sure that the next day we can really play hard and really have a chance at this, because we knew most likely Brazil would win this group. So after this match with Brazil, the next morning we really prepared well, and we had to play Puerto Rico, who had already won against Chile in the same time that we played Brazil. So we know like they're hyped up, and they know that it's their chance to actually qualify in this match, right? So we would try to use this at our advantage, and then played amazing double. Juan and Simeon, they played amazing, got that win. And then Edwards, probably the biggest win in his career so far. He made an outstanding match, beating Brian Afanador, which is Afanador actually beat Calderano in singles this past World Championships. This tells you about the level, you can play.
And he beat Yuji Wong as well, didn't he, in the singles event?
Exactly, just 2 days before, exactly. So you can tell which kind of level you can play. And then Edward really came together. And it was a tough match, roller coaster for both of them. They all knew what was on the line. And then Edward wins 3-2, 16-14. So we win the doubles in 5. Edward wins 3-2, 16-14, and then Juan plays really good level. You have to go see the live stream. It was really pumped up, really happy about going there and closing the match, and he won really clean way against against Gonzalez, which is also a good player, And so we got a 3-0 win, and now we're okay. In 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes, we have to play for Chile. But now we know, right? Everybody knows this. They count. Even I wanted to stay and say, okay, let's not get into doing maths. We're playing table tennis. I still know everybody is aware of this. With the 3-way tie coming together, we know that if we lose to Chile, but we get 1 point. So we could lose 3-1 or 3-2. We make it for the actual Olympic Games, right? Coming from being number 5 seed in the tournament, and now going to maybe find top 2, right? So we head to the match, but really I try to focus like we did before each match. Come down, just forget about the big outcome, and really focus on how we can play smart table tennis, and let the other teams worry about the outcome, which lead us to that position that we made a chance for us. We really try to focus on everything, so we prepare well. We play the doubles, and then we win the doubles. Also 3-2, and then at 2-1 was a chance to finish. Missed a little bit at the end, go to the 5th, and played amazing. Maybe the best double game we played the whole tournament is this 5th set with Chile, with everything on the line. And then after that moment was really tough to just okay, we all said we keep playing, let's go for the win, for the big match, but you can see the energy now was mix of what is going on, and the mix of oh, let's go for the whole thing, and then we can celebrate, we finish on a good note. Then we played some really close matches, and we finally lost the team match 3-2, and we're a little bit disappointed, but then I think it took maybe 7 or 9 minutes to pack the bags, look at each other, and just say, guys, we made it, right?
We just qualified for the Olympic Games, the biggest event every 4 years.
Yeah. And then coming from really from outside, and just fighting through and making our own way, making our own path, and not too much rely on the other ones to, whatever. By beating Puerto Rico 3-0, we basically decided our own fate,
Yeah.
So it was really for us amazing. Maybe I can try to explain this whole thing in French, but it was
maybe you can do it short too if you want.
Yeah.
I think you're excited.
Donc, quand ça s'est passé, on devait jouer les groupes de départ. Ensuite, quart de finale. Quand on est au quart de finale, on s'est rendu au groupe des 4. Dans le groupe des 4, on venait de gagner notre match contre Cuba, on devait jouer la même journée. Donc l'énergie était rendue quand même basse, avec beaucoup d'émotions. On a joué contre le Brésil au début, ça a été vraiment difficile. On passait très près de gagner le double avec 2 points de match dans le 5e manche. Ça ne l'a pas passé. Donc après ça, en savant que Calderano était dans le line-up, on s'est dit que ça va être difficile. Donc on s'est plus concentré sur le lendemain. Le lendemain, on a joué un match incroyable contre Porto Rico. Un double ultra serré en 5e set. Ensuite, Edouard, il a gagné probablement son match le plus important jusqu'à maintenant contre Afanador, qui a joué à un niveau incroyable dernièrement en plus. Puis ensuite, Eugène a joué un match parfait pour closer, pour finir la rencontre. Donc, en gagnant 3-0 contre Porto Rico, on se donnait beaucoup, beaucoup de chance en cas d'une triple égalité. Donc, on était tous au courant, même si on ne voulait pas calculer, on savait très bien. Donc, quand on a joué contre Chili, en gagnant le premier match de double, on est venu avec une émotion incroyable. On savait qu'on venait de se qualifier pour les Olympiques. On a essayé quand même de rester concentré pour finir le match. On a finalement perdu 3-2, mais ça n'enlève rien. Ça nous a pris peut-être 5 ou 10 minutes pour se remettre, d'être un peu déçus d'avoir perdu le match, mais ensuite, on était vraiment. Yeah, it took only maybe 5-10 minutes and then we were okay. We made it, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your feeling about all this, because you're sitting there, you just won 3-0 against Puerto Rico. You're sitting there and they're playing doubles. They're almost winning with a 2-1 lead in sets. They didn't. Like, explain that feeling first. Like, how did that feel right there in that moment?
Well, at that moment, I really said to the guys, I said, guys, what if now I just tell you this afternoon, I tell you, you guys just have to win one set in doubles with this, both of you against these two guys, just one, and you qualify for Olympics. What do you tell me? I said, okay, we got this, right? I said, okay, let's come down to this. We just play one game. We play smart. We fix some small things that we were already, doing that was working. It's just that at one point got carried away, and it was a little bit too much, playing and hoping that something's gonna happen instead of really creating the chance, which we really did well in the beginning of the fifth, and really gave a big push in, but everything after went really well. But you can see that in these moments, for sure, everybody wants so much, right? But then you need to go back to, okay, is it really gonna help me to perform? Or so I think that was really a quick fix between the games, but the guys, they played amazing. Eugene was really was there almost a big brother for Simeon to really, hey, everything's okay. You give me the chance, I try. And then Simeon in the fifth game, I think was in the first 4 points, I think he made 3 winners.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. It was amazing start. And then after you could see that one was inspired also, And then both of them, they build up together. It was really, really nice to see. And also, as soon as they got this cushion, they start looking at the bench. They look at Edward, Matthew, they look at me, and then they're like, "We're doing it now. We got you guys." And then we're like, "Okay, but guys, you close it." And then when it was over, it was really we tried to refocus, but I mean, it was really something for. I mean, for one, he was already 3-time Olympian, which is, it's amazing by itself. But for Edward and Simeon was actually their first chance to clinch a spot like this. So whatever you do for the first time is quite hard, right?
Yeah.
So imagine doing something for the first time, but at this level. It was also for me. I mean, I'm always a little bit nervous when I'm coaching, but that time I was, everything is try to be super, catch everything. It was really a state of awareness that was very nice feeling. But yeah, I feel that the key was to just go back to keep it simple and just leave everything else. You two guys against these guys. It sounds cliche, but really, I mean, in these moments, it's if you make too much, then for sure it's not gonna work. So we try to.
Yeah. You still had an ace in your sleeve with Eugene playing afterwards, so you still had a second chance of trying to get that point too. So
yeah, exactly.
I think you can play a little bit looser that way, but still focused. So that was good.
Exactly.
En français, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
Durant donc en fait, comment on se sentait quand on savait qu'on était en train de jouer le double, ça se passait quand même bien. On avait une chance à 2-1, ça n'a pas réussi. Là, on savait que c'était le 5e set. On a essayé vraiment de dire, OK, ben, on sait que c'est important pour nous, c'est important pour l'autre équipe aussi, c'est sûr, mais essayons de ramener ça au plus simple. Puis vraiment, comme focuser sur les petits détails pour bien exécuter, puis vraiment se donner une chance d'aller chercher le match par nous-mêmes et non espérer que l'autre équipe fasse des erreurs ou quoi que ce soit. Donc, on essaie de vraiment parler, on s'est regardé, on est dit, on est tous là pour la même raison. On a seulement besoin d'un set. Puis, tu sais, dans le fond, on dit, on est rendu, ça prend un bon set. Fait qu'on fait tout pour que ça marche. Puis là, ensuite, quand ça s'est déroulé, Siméon, il a eu un très bon début de set. Eugène, ensuite, il était super bon pour maintenir, on va dire, le niveau d'activation au bon moment. Puis ensuite, c'est vraiment une question d'équipe. Là. On était tous ensemble pour la même raison. Puis ça a vraiment été un super beau moment. Puis ouais,
Still can't believe it. Absolutely beautiful.
really.
And I mean, for me and for you, I mean, for me especially, it's more special because I've seen you. I haven't been involved with Table Tennis Canada the exact same time as you have, and just see you grow and experience that, and the enthusiasm that you bring to the sport. It's just absolutely beautiful, and I'm proud of you, and I'm so excited for you. And I know that good things are going to happen. So thanks for taking the time, Maxime, and I'm sure that we'll have more stories to share in the near future.
Thank you so much. This means really like a lot to me and was a long way coming, many, many hours. Many also, when you said at first things are like some kind of dreams, right? But at one point you draw a line and you say, this dream now is one of my objectives.
Yeah.
And I got into this mindset maybe, I don't know, 2-3 years ago when I really see things that, oh, it really could happen if we get the chance and if really go for it. And now we went from, in the summer when the two Quebec guys, they qualified, then I got to go with them on the team. And now I say, oh, now is my first shot that really, we can touch it. Actually going in the tournament, which the outcome that is possible is that goal that I had set with Edward 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and that the dream that now is like an objective. Now we can actually attempt the tournament and try to really make it.
Absolutely.
It happened quite fast, and also it's like in sports, especially table tennis. It's one or the other, and it's easily can go both ways.
Yeah.
So to end up on that side 2 days ago was really like really cherish this moment, and now we try to use this and use this mentality to set our next goals.
Yeah.
That, okay, we really thought this was more of an idea, really came more than an idea because we're actually an objective, a goal. And then after was like, okay, now we did this one. What's next?
Yeah.
And now we strive for more and more and more, which is, I think, what got us there. So now we need to go again, but it's really nice feeling. Really.
It really is. So maybe say that if you remember exactly what you said one more time en français, and then, yeah, thanks, Maxime.
Donc, Thurston me disait que ça lui faisait plaisir parce qu'on a commencé à travailler avec Tennis Canada environ en même temps, environ 2012. I think it was 2012, right?
Yeah, long time. The last time we qualified for the teams event was Table Tennis Canada, yeah.
So we started at this time together in Ottawa. So, et depuis ce temps-là, il m'a vu évoluer puis tout ça, puis il était content de voir comment j'étais impliqué puis tout ça. Puis j'ai dit, en fait, ça part vraiment comme pour les Olympiques, c'était un rêve qui éventuellement est devenu un objectif. Puis éventuellement, là, on l'a atteint. Puis je donnais l'exemple qu'avec Edouard, il y a 10 ans, on s'était déjà parlé de ce moment-là qu'éventuellement, on va aller aux Olympiques ensemble. Puis, ça partit d'une idée juste en mangeant comme ça, mais après, on fait les efforts, puis là, on voit. Puis cette fois-ci, en fait, à l'été, Siméon et Edouard se sont qualifiés pour faire l'équipe pour les championnats. J'ai été choisi comme l'entraîneur de l'équipe. Là, on s'est dit, en fait, là, on va au tournoi qui va nous permettre, si on réussit, d'atteindre cet objectif-là. Puis ça s'est passé presque comme j'avais imaginé, un peu plus serré, mais on a réussi, puis c'est vraiment un bon feeling. Puis là, dans le fond, on va se servir de cette expérience-là pour aller chercher notre prochain but. Puis il y avait le même genre de mentalité, puis c'est une pensée. Ensuite, ça devient un objectif, puis on remplit les étapes. On va réussir notre prochain objectif comme ça.
And then, yeah, and you made it, yeah. Unbelievable. So thanks again, Maxime. And as I
And I
said,
want to say
I'm
also
looking
thank
forward.
you. Like we in the past 2 days, I know the players did because they keep telling me, "Hey man, I received so much messages." I also did myself, so I just want to say thank you everyone for the support. And if we inspired for some of you something, then it's more than welcome because I think we enjoy even more ourselves. So I'm happy that everybody's happy, but it's really tough to explain how
Yeah.
happy I am. But I'm really now trying to maybe give myself a week or two and then try to refocus. But I'll enjoy this one, and I can't wait now. In October, we go to Pan Am Games, and now we have in mind that the podium is really available for us because most likely around the same teams. So really try to get back in a good mindset and go there and try to really get another one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's the qualifier for the mixed event at that point for the Olympic
Exactly.
Games. So it would be great to add even more athletes to the Olympic Games in 2024.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks again, Merci, and merci, thank you, Sheshe, and have a good night there, Maxime.
Playing